Friends, we're going to have some more fun today. And we are going to have a conversation around wanting versus having, and taking a look at this through the lens of the mechanics of human design. I'm also going to drop you in to some of the gene keys so that you can begin to let this settle in your cells. Here we are in this human construct, and this construct does operate through frequencies, and those frequencies also are a part of our DNA and our RNA signature. That's what makes this material on this plane come to life. So we're going to play in this wanting versus having so that you can start to hone in on your manifestation process. Now, a couple videos ago, I talked about potentially doing like a 21 or 21 day process. Now, that is still percolating inside of me because each day there are just amazing new concretized understanding coming through me so that I can help you. And once that happens, then we're going to jump into that process. But today I'm going to give you one little tiny piece of the puzzle so that you can understand why sometimes the manifestations don't actually come into the 3D reality of yours. So I want to show you this mechanically. Now I'm going to share my screen, and today we are using the genetic matrix process. This is the chart tools, because I want to just show you in here wanting versus having. So if we take a look at the 19th gate. The 19th gate is all about want. Well, what does that 19th gate really, truly want? Well, it wants the basic needs of its reality to be seen. So, food, water, shelter, territory. That's what the 19 truly wants. Okay. And when you don't have something in your reality, you mostly how we are looking at our world is that we know what we don't want, right? We know what we don't want, which then leads us to what we want. But when we provide that information to the universe, oh, I want this, I want that, and I know in a few of my videos we talked about it. Now we have to take it another step deeper. Why? Because if we are lacking it and continuously talking about the lack of it, that we don't have things that we need in our life or things that we want in our life, we continue to tell the universe that we don't have them, and because we don't have them, it's difficult for the universe to bring that to us. Because how does the consciousness field, how does it communicate with us? Well, it communicates through frequency. I'm going to take you into a deeper view of this in another video. I'm pretty sure I'm going to record it right after this. So when we're taking a look at the 19th gate, this is want and need. However, the lowest frequency of this, when we look through the gene keys, is codependence. Okay, why do we know that codependence happens? Well, we know that there's things called the Stockholm syndrome, when we have a false sense that we become loyal to someone that we think is going to provide us with our needs. This is where you see victims of abuse connect with people that are promising them that they will provide for them. And through that providing, that 49th gate, what happens here is that the 49th gate wants the 19 to obey. Okay, so it wants that 19 to obey. The 19 is designed to flirt. Okay, flirt. It is a flirtatious gate. Why? Because it's trying to get attention. It's trying to get attention so that the needs are fulfilled. Now you can look at this at a 3D human level. You can look at it as food, shelter, all of that. Now I want to take you to a little bit of a higher faculty of this. So the codependency can happen at a human level. Then, as the gift starts to begin to come to light. This is sensitivity. Well, what are we sensitive about? We're sensitive about the needs of others. So we see what people want. We recognize. Now, this is my perspective. Okay. So I actually see this. I see exactly what people want. And through that sensitivity, now it is to recognize that we need to have healthy relationships in our lives, a healthy relationship with other humans, but also a healthy relationship with our higher dimensional being. Now, why do I talk about the higher dimensional being? Because in order for the 19th gate to actually sit in space where it toggles between the gift and the city, you're never ever going to sit in the city ever. Why? All the time, because you're not designed to, because we're in this duality. You're always designed to toggle between the lowest density frequency, which is codependency, sensitivity, and sacrifice, because this is how we learn. This is the loop that we are designed to be as humans. Okay. So the city is actually called sacrifice. Well, what do we need to sacrifice? We need to sacrifice all of these wants to our higher consciousness. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to do that. Because the soul, the driver, the magnetic monopole, this is really, if you want to do some real deep understanding of what's going on here, you want to look at the second gate. Because the second gate is the driver. Now, I am telling you these mechanics, and it doesn't matter whether you have it defined or undefined. If you have it defined, this is what you are representing. If you have it undefined, this is what you're learning. So I don't have the 19, I don't have the 2, I do have the 45. So I am learning a lot about this 19 and this 2. I just am. That is that's my learning in this lifetime. But I do have the 45, so I'm going to teach you a lot about this. Okay. So now we're looking at manifestation. Why are we looking at manifestation? Because the throat center is manifestation. And here's what is so important for you to grasp. Is that the second quarter, okay? The second quarter is how we build form in this 3D plane. And how does it begin? With us sacrificing all of these negative thought patterns, sacrificing everything that we think is true to our higher self, okay? To the highest oversoul energetic that is connecting us to this whole playground of humans. So the second quarter tells us that in order for us to build, we've got to be in tune with our higher self, with this multidimensional energetic, and we need to be able to sacrifice all of the lower density energies so that we can connect with that higher energy, okay? Because the greater self is going to help you now manifest. Now we look at the 45. The 45 is also, all the throat gates are in the second quarter. This 45 is all about having. Now, let's take a look at this energy field. Through the lens of human design, this is really gathering. This is the I have. This is the king and queen. This is the president. This is the energy field that actually educates us on how to have, okay? How to have, how to be. Now, let's lean into the genetic matrix, or the gene keys. At the lowest density, it's all about dominance. Now, we know that throughout whatever history books are telling us, that when you have a monarchy or a structure of dominance, it's usually because it's a manifestor type. They're telling you what you can and cannot have. Okay? However, when we take a look at this through the lens of sacrificing all of those low densities to the higher self, We then get to the gift. Well, what is the gift? Synergy. When a tribe or a frequency is synergized. So if you guys want to, just type into YouTube and go symmetry and start to look at fractals that are made from frequency. So we know that water does this. We know that if we beat a drum and there's sand on it, depending on what that drum beat is, there's going to be this creation of the sand. It creates a synergy of the frequency. Okay. So what is this telling you? In order for you to manifest, to take all of these wants and let them go, that's what we need to do. We just need to surrender them to our higher self. Then we can synergize. We can start to feel that frequency inside of us. Okay. We can start to synergize that frequency inside of us. Now, some people in human design are going to tell you that all these old manifestation things, they don't hold water to human design because human design is not a manifestation tool. Well, of course it is. The throat center is where everything is moving to. And the throat center is telling you that in order to manifest, we need to synergize. That's what the 45th gate is telling you. This gate of action is saying that in order for you to take what you want and move it up the ladder to the mystical way, okay, the mystical way goes this way. In order for that to happen, you need to synergize the frequency of whatever it is that you desire in this lifetime, whatever it is that you want or need. You need to synergize with that frequency so that you can actually gather it in your life. Now let's take a look at the 45 at the city level. It's called communion. When you become one with the frequency of what it is that you want to bring into this world, it's available. You can manifest it. Now, all the time I hear this, I get pushback. Leann, we're not supposed to let the mind rule what we are doing in this life. Yeah, completely. You're designed to actually initiate with the mind, but it can't be the conditioned mind. It must be the mind, okay, that is the higher self. Because in order for this initiation to actually operate, we need to let go and let the monopole do its job. Let the driver do its job. Now, I'm going to show you this as well that's highlighted. So can you believe that every time a cycle closes, wanting actually is the very last step. Wanting is the last step so that we can start this whole cycle over again. So recognize that wanting has its space because wanting indicates to the universe and to yourself that, hey, I don't have this in my life. I want this in my life. It is a need. It is a want that I want in my life. Now it's to let it go. Recognize that when you sacrifice those wants and those needs to your higher self, now you can commune with the manifestation of it when you trust that you will be moving towards it as you take action. Everything here in manifestation, 35, 12, 45, and 20, they all require action. Now you might have the throat center totally open or undefined. How will you know if you're taking the correct action? Well, that is always through strategy and authority and connecting with other people, connecting with energies, connecting with the transits that are going to provide you with the frequency and the energy to take that action. So don't overcomplicate manifestation. What do you want? What do you want? Don't become codependent of it, because if you become codependent, that if I don't have $100,000, then I can't do blah blah blah. If I don't have a spouse, then I can't do blah blah blah. If I don't have a home, then I can't do blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's codependency. The moment that you go, okay, I want these things, write them down, let them go into the universe. Okay. Connect to the feeling of it, because that's what this is all telling you. Everything here, these 3 channels are all telling you that in order for manifestation to take place and to move up to the throat, there must be a feeling connected to it. Okay? There has to be a feeling connected to it. What is that feeling? So say you want $100,000. Okay? What is the feeling that $100,000 is going to give you? Is it going to give you security? Is it going to give you more fun and more play? Is it going to give you the space and time to be alone, to be creative? Is it going to give you the experiences that you want in your life? Go to that feeling. What does it feel like? This is how you start to synergize and commune with the frequency of what it is that you want. Now, I'm just bringing you the mechanical view of this. There's millions of videos on YouTube talking about manifestation. I'm showing this to you just through the mechanics so that you can start to lean in. But what do we always have to remember? We have a monopole. This is our higher self. This is our oversoul. This is our greater self. This is our higher dimensional being, whatever you want to call it. This is the pure essence. That's what the monopole is holding there for us. And your soul, if that's what you want to call it, your soul, your oversoul, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It has no judgment. You have to understand that. When people tell you that your soul is judging you or anybody, that's not true. The truest essence of you has no judgment. It's just, watching you navigate on this plane and giving you all the opportunities to experience whatever it is that you want. Now you just have to be able to step into your strategy and authority to then actually connect with what is correct for you. Okay. So once you understand that the frequency of that want, there's a frequency. Now remember, most of the time we go to what we don't want. Well, what we don't want has a dense lower frequency. But what we do want, there's a frequency there. So tap into that frequency. Because in order to have it, you must synergize with the frequency and you must commune with that energy. I hope this makes sense to you. And this is how you begin to manifest your life. Okay? This is how you're going to begin to manifest what it is that you want in this world. And again, if you have any of this in your design, you are representing this. If you don't have it in your design, you're learning about it. You will be connecting with other energies to really deeply bring this knowing into your system. I'm showing this to you mechanically so that you can lean in. Now, these are the kind of things that we talk about in our mentorship, because in order to go deep and to really understand design, you have to be able to pull apart and analyze each one of these gates and channels. And when you can analyze each one of the gates and channels and see them through a lens of the monopole of the higher dimensional self, and be able to just witness this all take place on our human plane. Okay, we're on this vast plane where we're all, mulling about trying to get all these things that we want, and that higher dimensional self is saying, hey, just tap into me and begin to shift the energy frequency of your DNA, of your cellular structure, and everything is available to you, because the whole consciousness field operates on frequency. It all does. That's why when you look at the tone in human design, when you look at the tone of the cognition, you see that inside that tonal structure, it says sound, because that frequency is how you will manifest. Okay. In my next video, I'm going to take you a little bit farther so that you can pull this together, so that when we're ready to interact as a group and talk about manifestation, you will have a good foundation to then really expand this in your life. Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be in front of you. I really appreciate you guys. Throw your comments and whatever it is down below. You know, if you guys want to interact, do whatever. Know that the mentorship program is a space where you're going to connect with really conscious beings that are very humble, very modest, so that you can drop deeper into these frequencies. Because if we're in a reactive mode, okay, if we have too much sugar in our system, we actually cause our physical bodies a lot of harm, because high levels of sugar disrupt the blood flow, disrupt the minerals in the blood, which we're going to go into again in the next video. But if you guys want a space, I'm telling you, the mentorship group is an excellent space to lean in and to go deep into these concepts. All right. Thank you.